Hey guys, this is Seth from the Mass General Store Knife Shop, and we're back today with another video, this time on Winkler Knives. This particular knife is the Highland Hunter, and we're going to go over the history of it while we unbox it here. First off, Daniel Winkler started making knives in 1975, as in Winkler Knives. Let's pull all this out. We got our knife. Got our wax. We got our extra screws and grommets for setting up the clip and all of our paperwork. On around 1988, Daniel Winkler became a master bladesmith, and he started making knives for movies and axes, tomahawks. And about that same time, a Navy SEAL who was watching The Last of the Mohicans noticed one of the axes, and he was curious to know who made that axe because he wanted one similar for his unit. So he found out who it was, Daniel Winkler, and he found him and contracted him to make a breaching axe for his unit. And that's kind of what got him started with the military knives, is what we know today as Winkler Knives. They started out as Winkler Knives 2 initially to separate his handmade stuff from the military stuff, and now they are just back to Winkler Knives. So that's a basic history on Winkler. This particular knife is based on one of his hand-forged designs. It's not a military issue style. It's based on a good hunting skinning style that he made way back in the day. So he reintroduced it on July 4th weekend of 2020. Let's go over the functions of the knife. As I said, it's a good hunting skinning style. It's got a good grip. It does have the taper tang similar to the belt knife. See how it tapers down? And it does have the jimping right there, so you can get a good traction on it. And it features the same steel as all the others, the 80 CRV2, and we'll get into the specs of that in a little bit. This particular one has a walnut handle. They also make it in maple, and I think initially they made it in the white oak, but they discontinued that. So if you ever see a white oak one, I would pick it up. This also has the black-oxide no-glare finish, usually for military reasons, because remember, Winkler is mostly military, but that way it does not reflect for obvious military reasons. Of course, we've got the good Winkler Knives stamp on the back, and those can be dated somewhat. Like I said, if you see a Winkler Knives 2, you can tell that's older. They have several different stampings over the last 10 years, I'd say. The sheath alone is very detailed. I love the detail on these. And what it is kydex. You can kind of see the shape of it. It was molded to that particular knife and then wrapped in leather on either side. So it does not make any noise when it goes in, and it does not scratch the finish as it goes in. So you can listen. See, there's hardly any click, no noise with that. And again, that's for military reasons. As mentioned, these little extra screws and grommets can help set this clip up any way you want. You can rotate this horizontal for horizontal carry. You can do vertical. It's MOLLE. You can do MOLLE straps. It's MOLLE compatible. So like I said, every little detail, and each sheath is fit to that particular knife. This is not a standard mold. Like each one is melted to that particular knife, and there could be a very small variance in size. That's why they do that. So that's the basics on the knife itself. We can get into the specs now. Let me get all this out of the way. I forgot to mention the wicked wax. This is perfect for every inch of this knife and sheath. It keeps that high carbon steel coated and protected. It keeps the wood on the handle clean and oiled and well preserved, as well as the leather on the sheath. You got to keep that from oil from cracking, drying up, scratching, that kind of stuff. So that is important for every inch of that. The weight of the knife is 7 ounces. Not bad. It's actually very light because of that taper tang. That's why they do that, to reduce weight. It has a skeletonized handle to some degree. It actually feels very good in the hand. Not too heavy, and it's not too light. You can feel it. You know what you're doing. The overall length is basically 9¼ inches. Not huge. I do have smaller hands, but you can see it's not crazy huge. Blade length is 4.75 inches. Good size for skinning, hunting, camping, whatever you're doing with it. Very versatile. And the blade thickness, if you want to get detailed, is 0.1875 of an inch, which is basically 3/16 of an inch. They do make some stuff that is 1/4 inch thick, but that is what makes this so light and wieldable, is the good weight of it. I mentioned the steel is 80 CRV2. I'll show you on the steel chart. Let me clear some of this out of the way. Let's check it out here. Got an edge retention, our toughness, and stainless. If you look on the edge retention right about here, it's not crazy high like some of these super steels, but that is intentional. That way it's easy to sharpen on the field. It is not so hard you can't put a quick edge on it, because remember, these are military grade knives. But if you look at your toughness, you have a crazy toughness, and that is so it does not break or chip. As Daniel Winkler said, a broken knife is useless. So that's why they focus on the toughness of it. And the way they heat treat these knives is very scientific. They put a lot of work into that heat treat perfect for toughness, edge retention, and so forth. If you look at stainless properties, it basically does not exist. And that's why they have to coat it in that black oxide finish to protect it. Side note, these are still prone to rusting under the wrong conditions. If you go hunting or fishing and don't clean it, oil it, it can patina and rust on you over time. It won't hurt it necessarily, but it will not be as pretty. So keep that in mind whenever you're using it. All right, folks, that will do it for the Highland Hunter from Winkler Knives today. I hope you found this information helpful. And please, before you go, hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss anything. And I did forget to mention that this particular knife retails for $350. You can buy it online or in the store. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.